Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. SPY daily chart. So yesterday we didn't have much. We just stayed inside the Friday candle. It just stuck to 442, up, down, up, down. And today we have a little gap down, right? I think we do fill this gap, which is at 439. So now here's the thing with SPY. Tech is down to do with rates, but then banks are really strong, right? So like we said, SPX is there's certain pillars that it stands on. Energy is strong, banks are strong, tech might be down. So S&P will stay up, right? I mean, it will just hold above certain levels, so which means sideways movement. And here on SPY, LB already gave you guys the levels and details, right? But the round numbers, 442. If we stay below 442, we will hit 436. Now, if we're not able to hold 436 and we stay below 436, the next level that we will hit is all the way to 420 unless we hold above 436. Okay, keep that in mind. That's another 16 points down. Okay, but today we're opening gap down. I think around 439, 438. If we do make a reversal signal, if we do make a reversal today, right, and we might dip in the first hour, or maybe we dip in today, I have no idea. But around these levels, right here, around 437, 436, if we do get there, I might be looking at some SPY calls today to the upside for the week. Okay, I'm not gonna rush into anything because we're just in this zone right now. It's going to be very hard to predict the daily moves. We do have Fed speakers today. We have tomorrow also with the banks, and then Thursday we have Fed speakers as well. So there will be news coming out every day which will fluctuate the market. Okay, so to predict what's going to happen tomorrow will be very, very hard, like the second day. Okay. Tech also down. Qs is also down. 382.50 we go higher. Otherwise we're between 375 and 370. Where are my levels? So I'll just write them down here. 382.50. We go higher on tech, right? Higher on tech, and potential breakouts on many names. All right. So you can either wait until then, or 370 is must hold. Underneath we have all the way towards 355ish to 360. All right. Now, in trading, sometimes it requires a lot of patience. If you're going to try playing this zone right here, your risk profile has to be really high. If you're going to play, see, when you play stocks in a certain zone, your risk profile has to be high because you don't know what's going to happen next day. There's no trend here. All right, we're below the moving averages. Do we break down? Do we hold? We don't know. Or maybe we just consolidate here, and when we're about to break 375, then maybe we can play the rip to the upside, a potential one. Okay, but until then, if you're playing in this zone, go smaller size. If you buy 10 contracts, instead of buying 10 contracts, maybe buy 3 contracts. Cut down the size. Cut it down by 70%. Take off that risk, right, off your head. If you buy 5 contracts, buy 1 or 2. If you buy 3 contracts only, be very picky with your trades and just buy 1. Let that cash sit in your account. When the time comes to go, time is there to go full size positions, then yes, it makes sense. Okay, so it comes down to a lot of it comes down to managing how you position yourself, how much size you put on your trades. Okay, for example, Amazon today now, we gap down again. Yesterday we gap down, we gap down again. Do we rip up again? I don't know. Or do we stay sideways here today? Or like there's no move, and then we go up the following day, or we dip much lower. Okay, anything is possible. But Amazon also, right? For confirmed trades, if you're patient for confirmed trades. My levels should be here somewhere written, right here. So for confirmed trades, 3,500 hold is a must, and then we have 37.25 and 37.65. So do you have the patience to sit through those trades, or are you patient for Amazon to come down to 3,200 and reevaluate? Right. So if you're going to play in the middle, your risk profile has to be high. Just keep this in mind. Okay. I took vertical spreads yesterday just to be on the safe side. I did not want to pay too much for the calls, in case if it fails, right? And if it does fail, I'm okay, then I'll just let them go to 0. And my vertical spreads actually went up 50-60% yesterday when I entered. Okay, so all Amazon calls, which we called even last week, they were up nice. And I'm holding on to my spreads also. I did not sell, even though they went up to 60%, I'm still holding, so let's see. But Amazon, if you're playing Amazon, many of you guys I don't play, those contracts are quite expensive. Even if you have a $5,000 account and you're buying 1 contract for $4, that's $400. Make sure you know why you're buying it and if you can afford it in your account. Or else learn vertical spreads and buy something for $1.50 in Amazon. Okay. And we do have some news today. And but before that, the energy sector is very strong right now. XLE, it broke out of 49. Our next level is 56, 57. Personally, I'm just waiting on oil and gas. But if you go on Finviz, LB did a lesson a few weeks back or a couple of months back, or you can go in sessions and you can find it. If you go in Finviz, you can look up what hit the 52 weeks high, okay, like on an everyday basis. And you will see that most of the names are from oil and gas, which clearly indicates that sector is very strong right now. So if you want to play momentum and if you want to play the trend, if you want to play what's strong right now, you're likely to be right in that direction. By some time, oil and gas is what you want to look at, okay? It broke out of 49. I am bullish on energy and sector right now. It's running, so why not? 56, 57 will be hard on energy, but keep in mind, it might be extended. We might even breathe for a day or two. Okay, but when energy runs, it kind of just goes like this in gaps. It just keeps going. So buy time in case you get caught on the dip for short term. Okay, there will be some tickers that I'm gonna look up during the day today to play, and then I will likely get them. And then our leaps, Ford. So Ford, we entered a few weeks back, right? I went in heavy in this position for leaps. I mean, not that heavy, but an average heavy size, right? Our entry was right here. We bought the entry right here. In this zone, I think in August we bought them, right? And then we got caught on this downside, and then it just kept going sideways. But I was not worried. Why? Because we bought the 2023 leaps. That was for a reason that we bought time. In case for 1 month, 2 months, even 3 months, Ford goes in a dead zone. And which exactly it happened. It went in a dead zone for 1 month. But now we got the news, the technicals are playing out. And to me, the only thing that matters, many of you guys asked, Ford's going to be up a nice pre-market. Our leaps will be up 20% at the open. Okay? Sorry, guys. Our leaps will be up 20% at the open. I'm not selling them yet because this is something that I want to write for maybe for the coming month, and I'll slowly scale out. Okay, I might sell a very small position today. I don't know. Okay, but Ford, I will tell you guys one thing. I'm going to write something down here. For this month, as long as 14 holds, and I'm going to tell you guys why. As long as 14 holds, I am fine, right? And then our next big level is 16 hold, and once it's through, so once through 16, we likely see 20 within weeks. What happens to our leaps then? So as long as 14 holds here, this might be a 3-4 month play for me, maybe 6 months. I'm not worried, right? Why am I going to sell something that's about to work out and then take my profit so fast? I will just likely scale out. So our first level here, we do have resistance here. Know this. So for if in the leaps, we have a lot of resistance where it's going to be opening up today. At this opening price, it might even give up all the gains and come back test 1350, the back test right here, all the way to 1370, and then maybe it comes back up in the coming weeks. Now the news we have, they're investing $11.4 billion into 2 mega campuses in Kentucky and Tennessee. They're right beside each other. And this is the biggest, one of their biggest investments with somebody, I think, in their 118-year-old history. And a lot of comments from the CEO, so just do some DD on it during the daytime. So Ford leaps, if you're in, it requires patience. But if we continue, maybe we rip up today, I don't know, that's even better for me if we do, right? Maybe it's easier for us to scale out because this last 4 or 5 day move will give us an increased IV where we can take some profits, okay? And so let's see what Ford does. And if we look at the monthly chart, right, it's just a beauty. Monthly is just a beauty on Ford if it works out. On the monthly, if this does work out, it's just gonna rip up, and then we might have an uptrend for a long time. Okay, we might have a little uptrend towards 1920 in the coming months. Maybe next year by February, March, April, May, we might reach it. Okay, EV sector is very hot right now.
Everything's coming back.
Okay.
A lot.
And so LB said a lot of stocks are pulling back. We'll go on the live voice chat and we'll see what's up there, right? And then we have some requests. ZOM, we have XOM. Again, part of oil and gas, I think it's, so Danish, if you're listening, I hope you are because I'm doing this for you. I would buy this towards $64. 64, 65 is hard. This is a monthly chart I'm looking at, right, by the way. And on this, I will probably buy some time. The weekly looks pretty good technically. Right? It looks pretty strong. It can definitely get all the way towards where 65. So I can see 65 coming potential first stop. So 65 will be definitely get all the way 65 will be the first stop, okay, on ZOM, as long as these previous levels hold, okay. So options will be priced reasonably. If I was to play this name, I would buy at least 4 to 6 weeks of time in case we take a little dip, okay. So 65 will be the first stop on this stock. DVN, I saw a lot of flow coming in this name back in August and September, and I guess it makes more sense now. Why? Right? It's just an absolute rip. And again, very strong. Again, it's near resistance, near 35. If 35 holds, our next levels that we have is 40, almost 40 bucks. And when stocks like this run, sometimes they just keep leaving gaps and they keep running. Options will be priced a little high on this because it's made a huge move in the last 2-3 days. Okay, this was a big move. So options will be priced high, so make sure what you're getting in, you pay the fair price. If you don't know what the fair price is, I highly suggest go on YouTube and look at some tutorials, okay? And then we have Tesla. Huge play yesterday, kept running. A lot of people in the group nailed it, especially Yash, congrats. Right, Goldman Sachs, I think, took his early profits in the day. On the weekly, it looks great, but the week yet has to close. If we do close below, on the weekly, if we close below under 770-ish, is bearish into next week, okay? But monthly, still bullish. Now, technicals are not always right. They can obviously fail, right? This is the weekly. And if we go on the monthly is just a beauty, right? I mean, it looks great. And next month, we might even have one red day, red month, 2 months, and then we rip up, and maybe we come back down. I don't know, right? Personally, I will not buy Tesla here. I think it's overpriced for me. But we do trade it, obviously. 770 is must hold on Tesla. 770 and the 780 is our ultimate number that it should hold, and then we can probably see a lot of chop between 780 and 820. Okay, between 780 and 820, we might see a lot of chop. So you can play those bounces if we get them. But keep in mind, tech is opening lower today. So let's see by Friday. I do want to see Friday where we close. Friday is really important. So I'll be patient with my trades, especially with size. I'll probably go in small if I do in anything. So nothing big. All right, so we might have some choppiness on Tesla between 770 and 820. Okay, so keep in mind. If we take out yesterday's highs, then it's just strong. Then obviously momentum stays. Right? What else we have? Costco. Costco, double top here on the daily. Right? Double top on the daily. And I think if you're somebody that knows how to do spreads, I would do bearish spreads here. Bearish spreads, okay? Meaning selling the call above these levels. Sell the call and buy the above calls for safety, and you collect premium for as long as you can. This is it's going to be very hard for Costco to take out 470 and stay above 470. So take advantage of this move if you want. Bearish spreads can be the play. Do some DD on it. I wanted to get puts yesterday at the open, but I just didn't see such a big move coming. I totally missed it because I was focusing on my other plays. Right, and then we have CAT. CAT, I bought, so we nailed MA yesterday, and with the profits and some of the more principal, obviously, I bought CAT. Weekly 207.50s. I think if we take out 202 on this, right? If we take 202, we may get a fast move to 205, and maybe it happens today or tomorrow, and we can exit our calls with profits, okay? And obviously, 200 is must hold. Right, so as long as we hold about 200 through 202, we might get a fast move towards 205. And today it might just consolidate, it might just have an inside day, right, until we get some more news for infrastructure. And Thursday is when they're doing it, I believe, and then we can have a nice little rip all the way towards 207-ish area. Okay, so we got those calls around 70 cents, and let's see if we can get more than $1 on them. But 200, 202 is like a must hold on CAT. If it doesn't work out, if it's just a weekly play for me, then it doesn't work out, simple as that. Right, LB, anything that you want me to cover?
No, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, and guys, wheat stocks, I think he is the best person for the wheat sector, so I'm going to ask him to maybe go over some things, and he does, as usual. But wheat is, just keep an eye on the pulse stocks, okay? And with this, I'll end it. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Oscar, I'll go over Jumia in the chat.